ready for
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lifespring. We're so glad you guys are here to worship with us on this beautiful Easter morning. If you have never been here before, this is Lifespring, and we're so glad you guys are here. There will be some cards in the front of your seats if you want to fill them out for your guests. But we're so glad to see all the new faces and all the old faces. Before we worship, I just want to share the main idea of today, and it's really good news. So the tomb has been raided, and now it's time to rise up. So as you guys are worshiping with us, if you wouldn't mind standing, just prepare your hearts with that idea.
us today, we want you to feel right at home. We're so glad to have you here. And for us, church is so much more than just a Sunday service. We believe that God has each of you here for a reason, and that there's a place perfect for you right here at Lifespring. One of the best ways to get connected with us is that white welcome card you'll find in a seat cover near you. If you would, sometime during the service, take about 30 seconds to fill one of these out. After the service, bring it to the VIP table here in the back, and you'll get a small gift from us that's just our way of saying thank you for being here. And that's all you have to do. You'll get a welcome email from me, Pastor Nate, and some of our other leaders will get in touch with you as well. Around here, family matters, and we're willing to reach yours, whatever it takes. We want to grow God's family, strengthen yours, and connect you with others. And now, my man Alex is going to let you know how.
Thanks, Tony. God wants us to grow His family by inviting others into a relationship with Him. A great way to do that is Sunday, August 19th. Invite as many friends and teachers as you can, and the teachers that come will get free supplies. How cool is that? A great way to strengthen your family is Wednesday night, 6:30, 7:30, right here at the church. There's literally something for everybody here. Everybody! To get connected, please join Nate and Hope this Sunday at 10 a.m. for Pastor's Breakfast.
So be sure and check us out at lifespringsc.org and our Facebook page for each event. There's so many great things happening and you don't want to miss any of them. At this time, go ahead and shake a hand, hug a neck, and just say hey to those around you. And once again, welcome to Lifespring.
How you doing? Hey, Eric. Hey, Justin. Good.
Everybody wants to start making their way back to their seats. We have a little special treat for you today.
Yeah.
stop.
Stand and sing with us. The whole reason we're here today, the whole reason that we have life is because Jesus is not dead. God is not dead. Love explode and bring the dead to life. The love's no more to see revolution. dead. He is alive. And so many years ago, 2,000 something years ago, I know we've been saying 2000 since I've been alive. I'm expecting that number to go up pretty soon. But 2,000 years ago, basically, our Lord, our Savior, our Redeemer, He sent His Son to this earth so that we can have life, so that we can have hope, so that we can live every single day in the light and the fact that He loves us and that He is our guide, He's our helper, that He would never forsake us. There are so many scriptures, if you go back to the Old Testament and the New Testament. I particularly love the Old Testament, but talking about the miracles of Jesus, the miracles of God, how powerful He is, how almighty, how all-knowing He is, the different things that He did, like the parting of the Red Sea. Everybody knows that story, I think. It's an amazing story, the walls of Jericho. Not only the big things, but the little things, everyday things in everybody's personal lives. God can and does still do miracles. And He can do it in your life, He can do it in my life. It may not look exactly the way we think it needs to, but it's there, and He can do it, and He will if you let Him. He has risen indeed. Oh, death, where is your victory? Death, where is your sting? Death has been swallowed up in victory, and Christ has been risen from the dead. If you believe that this morning, sing with us. This is unstoppable God.
Life begins and ends in the dust you form.
announcements that are at the end of your aisles. We're going to go ahead and take up our offering this morning. A verse that really stuck out to me today when I was preparing for our offering is Matthew 20:28, which says, "For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others, and to give his life as a ransom for me." Part of what we want to do as a church family this year is outreach into our community. And one of the biggest ways that we're able to do that is through offering. So if you're unable to give today but would still love to, you can always go online to our website at lifespring04012018A. You can download a smartphone app. There's a box at the end of the room. And you can also set up automatic draft. I also wanted to take this moment to remind you guys and any visitors today to tell you about a new outreach thing that we've had going on for probably about a month. It's our random act of kindness cards. The blessing it's put over my life over the past month is kind of hard to describe, but basically what we're doing is we're taking these cards and just doing random acts for members of the community. It can be paying for somebody's meal behind in line, leaving something at the laundromat, so people can clean their clothes, reaching out to the homeless, anything like that. But what we ask you to do is when you do a random act is you give them this card, and it's got our contact information on the back if they need to reach out to us any further. But if you are interested in doing this, you can grab these cards. You can see me or Nate in the back, and then we also have some of these sitting on the table in the back. So let's stand and continue to worship. This is called Resurrection Day, and this is our theme song for Easter.
Oh,
be closer to people who love you and just to sing and worship you together. I want to pray that you would be with Pastor Nate as he brings the word, be with everybody in here. And we just love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Y'all go ahead and have a seat. Our kids are dismissed, man. Let's give it up for them one more time to say goodbye to them. Man, that just ain't right to watch that and the emotions of it and everything. Golly, it's so powerful. And I tell you what, we believe that for a church that God has called us here in this place that focuses on family, and you watch those kids up on the stage and you can see why God wants us to reach those children and to be the best church, the best people we can possibly be. I want to share a statistic with you real quick, just kind of a common little research I've done. And when I was going around to different schools, and I shared this last week, but teachers, principals, daycare managers, all of them, they have said, man, the biggest need we have in our community, in our county, is for adults, especially males, to show love to children, because they just don't have a lot of that around. And so I just want to challenge you, just right off the bat, right off the jump this morning, pray about ways to make an impact. Pray about ways that God's going to tell you to get out there and make a difference. And me and my two little ones, seeing me stop. Grace like her in that little yellow dress and just so excited. And I'm trying to rush out the door this morning. I'm always, kind of rushing, going crazy. And she stopped. She said, Nate, I need to know what's the order of the service. When am I singing? Da-da-da-da. I'm like, girl, you got it going on, man. She was so pumped. And all the kids are just beautiful and awesome. I'm a little biased. I thought Grace was the coolest one. I'm just kidding. But good stuff, man. So today is Easter. Do you guys know that? Some of you are like, yes, I'm here. Happy Easter. What a great day to celebrate. What a weekend it has been in the life of our church and my family. Just Friday. Usually Fridays are my day off. I kind of just chill at the house and take it easy, whatever. But this last Friday was a little different. We had a family that needed to use our church, and so I was just here at the office. And there was a moment that happened that really has set up today for me a lot with what we're going to dive in and share. And if you are new here, I'm an emotional dude, okay? So I will tell you that right now. I get a little teared up, and I'm sitting back in this office over here, and I do what all young, cool, hip parents do, and I'm like, what can I tweet and say about my son? Because it's his birthday, right? So you got to come up with something nice and so I'm looking at things. And then God, I'm not kidding you, in that moment, just sitting over there, it hit me. And I actually tweeted this out. I said, man, on Friday, the day that I'm celebrating my son's birthday, is the day that God sacrificed his. I was like, I couldn't do that. There's no way. And God did that for us. And on Good Friday, Jesus died, and there was a time where some people, even though they had heard what was going to happen, and we're going to talk about this morning, the different emotions and the different experiences that people had of thinking that the Son of God was dead. And what did that mean? But this morning, we know that Christ is alive. Amen? Yeah. Amen. And we want you to know that the tomb has been raided. They should make a movie about that. I'll call it Tomb Raider if I was correct. But the tomb has been raided, and it is time for us as the church, as God's people, to rise up and to be who He's called us to be. I want to tell you, especially if you're new this morning, God is doing an exciting thing that is just crazy. And the focus has been on getting outside of these walls and getting outside of this warehouse building, because the church is us. The church is you. It's right here. And He's been giving us a lot of neat things, ways to do that, to make an impact. But none of it would be possible if we served a God that was not alive. None of that would be possible if it was just a statue or a thought or a memory. And so if you're here today for the first time, we want to give you a special what's up, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everybody that's put in so many extra hours and things for today's service. We're so excited. And if you are in the search of a church, we want to help you the best we can. How many of you, if you're regular or new, love the show House Hunters? Anybody seen that show? Check it out. I realized on the elliptical, like whenever you used to go to the gym, it's always on. So I'm like watching it, and I'm like, oh wow, this show is pretty cool. And I found on YouTube from one of the guys that I love the most out in the YouTube world, where he did a video called Church Hunters. And so I want to give you guys episode 2. You can check out episode 1 on your own sometime. But if you're looking for a church, maybe you've had an experience like this, and you guys can all check this out.
Just look at Church Hunters. This is your first church. This is Creekside First Baptist.
Honestly, right up front, didn't love the name.
The Sunday morning experience is just a little too traditional.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, doing good. So I know you didn't love the traditional vibe of the last place, okay? But I think this church is really going to do it for you. It takes relevance to a whole new level. Behind me, you will see molded clay, jar art, tapestry, canvas, mosaic church. Right? So you've heard of interdenomination. You've heard of non-denomination. Well, this church identifies as inter-non-denomination. Here's the kicker. A lot of celebrities go. Jeff Foxworthy.
We love him.
Yep.
We really do.
Ben Higgins from ABC's The Bachelor. Several Real Housewives. And Usher even came here one time. Yeah. Yeah, well, follow me. Come on, do it.
So honestly, that last church was just way too traditional. It was too much.
It was like we left there feeling convicted, like,
Oh.
ugh, right?
We're looking for more of a Tony Robbins type stuff.
Like inspiration, like a TED Talk with a Bible verse.
Yes.
Right?
It's perfect here.
We love it.
It really is.
We love it. Awesome. Cool. Well, you guys know a lot of contemporary pastors speak out of the Message Translation Bible.
Right.
Or this pastor speaks out of a brand new translation. It's the Tumblr Bible.
We love Tumblr
This is
though.
great.
Wow.
A lot of emojis, a lot of abbreviations.
Oh, my goodness. And how many seats in here?
It is 6,000 altogether.
Babe, 6,000. I gotta be in this worship band. Imagine me up on that Jumbotron mid-guitar solo.
Do you know how many Instagram likes he gets? Oh my God. We find it hard to find a church right now because I grew up Catholic.
I grew up
and
Baptist, so...
So, like, we drink.
Yeah, but just in private. I mean, obviously you get it. Basically, in terms of like worship, I think we're looking for like a Jesus culture type feel.
Oh, I love them.
Hillsong, obviously.
Oh, lead you to the cross?
Hillsong's great. Like a Bethel minus the spontaneous
Yeah.
stuff. Just for me, I connect and worship more when the leader is attractive. Personally, I'm a Carrie Joe guy.
She's married.
So is Christian Stanfield.
One of my personal favorite things about this church is the service times. There's an 8:30, a 10, a 1 o'clock, a 5:30, and even a 7 o'clock service.
Oh, there's something around like 2?
Yeah, for us, for what we need, 2:15 is better. How many songs do they do during worship?
Usually 5, 5.5, depending on where the Spirit leads.
Wow, babe, is that a lot?
Well, if that's too much for you, they have a program here called the Worship Assist Program. So if you ever get tired during